gets them out of that bottom tier category and ensures their playoff chances are still high as we head into the first round of the draft. A lot of the bans very similar. FlyQuest still running it back with the Kalista first pick.
Ooh, and Sniper immediately calling out Bwipo with the hover of the Ksante, I feel like here, right off the bat in the draft. Yeah, very similar bans here. Kalista first pick as well, locked in again for FlyQuest. And honestly, their bottom lane was doing what, like they won. They got their double solo kill. I know Huhi, I think during the lounge there, wanted some more aggressive plays out of them, and maybe they snowball more effectively this time. Some of the deaths that they had towards the mid game, with people going a little bit too far, especially the Ksante there, are definitely things that FlyQuest feel like they can correct in this game. So maybe we will see more of an ideal snowball from them, some more aggressive play after they get their leads, and less of the throws. First big change is River taking control of the jungle picks,
with
taking control of the Nidalee.
An inspired answer is Lillia. Now, Lillia is a strong champion in her own right, being one of those AP champions that makes great use of the Faded Ashes and the Leandry's passive, working with her, also her champion passive makes it like a double burn effect. However, something that Azale and I noted yesterday in the Dignitas series against Shopify is that when you pick Lillia pretty early on, and you don't know if the composition is going to be heavy melee or super long range, it's very difficult for Lillia to actually get into the back line without proper engage setup from the rest of her team.
Yeah, it definitely depends on what the top lane pick is going to be for Bwipo, and you would assume that Bwipo is going to play an engage tank again. So a lot of that emphasis, a lot of that responsibility is going to be on Bwipo's shoulder. And if you remember the engages last game, not a lot of them were great from the side of FlyQuest. So 100 Thieves, they feel like the only adjustment they needed here, a little bit more prio for jungle to get River the quicker pace with Nidalee. Very mobile champion. They go with the same two AD carry champions for themselves, though. Again, the snipes towards the end from Meech were very good. I feel like earlier this split, there were a lot of games where their bottom lane wasn't able to add too much towards their success, and so definitely like them sticking with that pick. Meanwhile, we're going to look at all those options for engage. The Leona banned out from FlyQuest. Meanwhile, Renata, your dream pairing with the Kalista, once again denied here. Let's see what other things they're worried about here, because Nautilus is still up and floating around. Quite a lot of options. The Nico, interesting. They want to take out another one of the AP options.
Yeah, and it was between the Renata and Nico, both of them banned by 100 Thieves, putting a lot of respect into Busio's hands, as we have seen that Nico support be such a crucial engage pick for FlyQuest in prior series. Now 100 Thieves, they could run back with the Nautilus again. They are hovering a couple other support options, but once again, Eyla being on Nautilus duty so that he can always provide reliable engage. And it is one of the champions that is a staple with Nidalee, as you have so much single target crowd control to guarantee those spears. Whereas FlyQuest, they're going to change up what Busio goes with. Not the Bard this time around, but now with Rell, someone who has that heavy engage that can set up Lillia for a Lilting Lullaby.
And they go back to the Ksante to complement that one as well. So double insta-lock right there. Sniper, he got the best of the individual matchup last time around, being afforded a counter pick, but this time around the Jax is banned. So FlyQuest trying to protect Bwipo in that manner. What else is Sniper going to go to? A little bit deeper here. The Renekton's still banned, as it has been for the entire series.
Last game they banned the Camille, and because it was a Jax ban this time around, Sniper says, well, I'm going to go with what you left up this time around. And for someone like Sniper, if he gets ahead again on someone like Camille, you have guaranteed engage onto one target with that Hextech ultimatum. That makes it very terrifying for someone like Quad or Massu, who has a lot of mobility but cannot escape that ultimate.
Yeah, it kind of is AD carry's worst nightmare to play against Nautilus and Camille, because you cannot get away. Nautilus ultimate point and click on your head, and Camille will just jump on through and Cho'Gath ult you on the Q activation. So good luck surviving that one if Sniper does find success by himself early on. FlyQuest will definitely be more cognizant of that this time around, of course. So I want to see the adjustments made there, both in the top lane. But namely, too, I want to see if, on the side of Quid, he doesn't lose so much.
Him as Quad was doing completely fine, even without interventions from Busio or Inspired coming mid lane, netting himself a positive 20-30 CS, pretty much all by himself. And as you know, you and Jatt noted in the first game, Quad went with TP Flash again in game 2, whereas Quid forced to run double defensive, runes and summoner spells with the barrier and the fleet footwork for the sustain just to survive the early lane matchup. As we're on to the Rift for game 2, River already pushing out Inspired. He went with the Electrocute. So this is something of a topic debate for a lot of Nidalee players. Obviously, Conqueror gets a lot of value in longer extended skirmishes, but with Electrocute, you are just looking for guaranteed burst damage. You want to ensure that your ganks are extremely lethal and you succeed in the execution.
And I do like it when you're looking at your teammates with Jhin and Nautilus as your bottom lane. So much CC to guarantee you're going to be able to kill one of the squishy targets. You don't have to go through the frontline members, I feel like, in this game. When you've got Nautilus ults and Camille's harassing the backline and keeping them there, I think he should be able to get some good, effective use out of the burst damage Electrocute like you're talking about.
Yep.
So we shall see here. Meanwhile, top side, both teleports, both grasp. Camille, though, does have some really, really good options versus Ksante. Bottom side, though, our first trade.
The melee supports get in each other's faces. Meech holding on to that last bullet. Just going to use the CS.
Yeah, good job there. They go for the sweeper, and Busio just kind of stands in there. So they don't want to take the fourth shot extra damage, and they move up for their level 2 advantage here, but it is respected by Meech and Eyla.
Meech and Eyla are going to concede wave prio for now. I think we have a chance. Oh, hang on. Busio just goes in for the flash and pops Meech's cleanse and flash.
Yeah, not respected enough. Still in flash range there. It was a nice move from Busio. Goes for the flip. Flash flip instantly. Gets the double sums down from Meech in the bottom lane. Guess what? The alarms start to go off. Bottom lane prio for FlyQuest yet again.
The fact that Meech has to recall and walk all the way back to the turret. I mean, Eyla is going to do what he can to try and hold that wave as long as possible. But while we're kind of in a slow state of the game, Kobe, we got one more question on Quid or Quad that we want to show you. I know Jatt is not here, so he cannot participate, but record was 8 games below 500 pro play heading into week 4. Quid or Quad?
That's a rough stat. I'll go with, Spring was really good for 100 Thieves. I'll go with Quad.
You're going to hate me, Kobe.
It's literally a 50 flipping.
It's both of them.
Oh, okay.
It's a trick.
So does that mean I don't get credit or I do?
You get 50-50.
There was no way to lose that. I'm at 100%. Woo!
There you
All
go.
Right, we finished the test. Flying colors. Meanwhile, bottom side is looking at the giant wave that has been building and building and building ever since that exchange. Actually, just kidding. Since our quiz took so long, this is a new wave and a much smaller one.
And Inspired is here for the dive. They know that Meech has no summoner spells, so this should be very easy to execute. Inspired goes in. Busio tanks the last turret shot. Sniper is teleported to make sure that they can get a trade back, but it is still first blood going over to Massu.
So interesting here, too. I like this. Whenever you have your top laner teleport down for a kill like that, just immediately send your revived AD up to the top side. Go for the swap so you don't lose out on as many minions. It is a cannon wave up there, so it's probably just going to be the melee that dies before Meech gets here. Meanwhile, Sniper just pushes out the bottom lane afterwards, so you don't drop so much tempo in the attended defense play there, where Sniper does get some money, so it's not all terrible here for 100 Thieves, though it is pretty brutal for Meech himself, having a very rough start to this game.
And the fact that there is no Inspired on the top side of the map, hang on. Sniper
got flash.
Should be fine, yeah. Hook shot. All right, he's out of there. The fact that it was just a 1v1 between Bwipo and Meech, and Inspired was nowhere near, there was no pressure for a dive, so Eyla got a chance to kind of walk around with River in the jungle, set up some vision before he returns to the top side of the map, and will now guarantee that Meech can secure this wave push into the tower.
River gets the ward. No problem here. Keeps up the presence in enemy jungle. Very nice stuff from the Nidalee on this side. Meanwhile, Quid is doing better in the matchup this time around after their first game.
And I wonder if it's because River is paying a lot more heal ganks in the mid lane, providing him with sustain. We haven't gotten a chance to really see it on camera, but I would not be surprised if that is the case.
Well, a real gank coming here.
Busio coming in to pay dividends towards Quid, and he's just going to skate on over the wall, so no real danger there.
All right, nice stuff from him. Also, it's always nicer to have the Nidalee rather than the Brand too because of the extra mobility. And the mobility kind of translates into more ward coverage too. No Bard floating around on enemy team. Also, quite nice.
Yeah.
For your mid lane matchups, as we kind of went over yesterday, and we saw Vulcan especially being so effective on the Bard roams towards mid. Meanwhile, the attempted clear of the vision into Dragon start here. Just a little bit of a touch, though. They're going to leave it immediately. Dragon is leeched on Busio, though, for the damage while he goes to get his honey fruit. Still going to be fine.
The fact that FlyQuest leech off the Dragon, force 100 Thieves to contest, that gives them prio over to walk towards the top side of the map first. Inspired helping Quad to ensure that he has pushed into Quid as well. So this should be the first rotation of Scrubs completely going over to FlyQuest.
Looks like it. Meanwhile, top side priority going to help out there. Ksante pushing the wave up towards tower. So not too much action in the foreseeable future. Should just be regular topside clear for the Nidalee, as Inspired also is going to finish up his objectives and then get his reset.
Play nice for Meech, who did suffer a lot in the first couple minutes of the game after the very aggressive all-in from Massu and Busio and setting up that dive later on, but 100 Thieves stabilizing for now.
Yeah, I think 100 Thieves handled it really well as we kind of went over in the teleport bottom play and then immediate lane swap so that they don't drop too many minions in the extra wave that was building up. So Sniper investing his teleport. Also, I would prefer to have as much money on Sniper as I can possibly get. So, him using his teleport there and actually getting the kill credit on Busio and the extra little bit of gold. If you can fund a Camille and immediately just try and rush her into a Trinity Force, into a Ravenous Hydra, then that bodes very, very, very well for your game plan. Meanwhile, the lethality Kalistas, especially if you get the money early, can snowball, but way, 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 way less scary later on.
Oh, they're setting up a 2v3, but River is here for the counter, and Busio is just going to use the Fate's Call. Wait, do they win this 2v3? It got close, but now with the Fate's Call out, Massu has no one to protect him as Busio is a little too far away. Tanks up the last curtain call bullet, but Massu popped the barrier thinking that the last bullet was going to land. It doesn't. He's totally fine, but Sniper now making a gank in the mid lane. Has level 6 for the Hextech ultimatum. Quid with the lightning crash. Gets the burst fire down. Oh, but Sniper couldn't last under the turret, and Quad finishes him off with the culling.
Quad says, bring more. That's not going to be enough. The attempted gank under tower. Sniper goes off the tower to get the stun, uses ultimate to ensure that they can actually go for it under tower, but it's too much damage early on. The gamble does not pay off. Quad outplays them. Flash also was used by Quid to try and follow up, so it's not even a summoner spell positive trade for 100 Thieves. It's negative. They use 2 flashes for 1 flash, and Quad gets the better. The idea here is to go off the tower, make sure you're going to get the stun into the ultimate, but Quid wasn't quite close enough right when it started, and so he flashed to try and get there, and then they still don't have enough damage, and FlyQuest coaches laughing at him. What are they doing?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I read too. What are they doing? Oh boy. Well,
you should be saying thank you.
Yeah, and FlyQuest going to be very grateful for that. That gives a little bit of extra gold into Quad's pocket and took some time away from Sniper on that top side of the map, so it nets in an advantage for Bwipo as well. Now, FlyQuest taking this overall to the first dragon of the game. Once again, 100 Thieves are trying to challenge, but Quid is still walking back mid, so Quad would be able to get there first. And this is easily dragon for FlyQuest.
Yeah, for sure for them. Kalista Ren, no problem here too. Helps out with it. Inspired solidifies that. So FlyQuest once again in the early game. Gold lead, check. Dragons, check. Void Grubs, check.
They are making it difficult for them to walk back bot side. Dredgeline on an Inspired. Eyla immediately forced the flash, but decent damage down. It's not going to result in anything lethal quite soon, but it does set up Meech and Eyla for a more healthier lane experience now that Massu has been chunked.
All right, well, they delay Quad in getting back to the minions mid a little bit here with the blast cone pop that they did too. And they're actually making them second guess. You saw them hovering a little bit too, unsure if 100 Thieves were going to keep 4 members on bottom side in pressure, but once they finally see Quid back mid, then he's free to go over here. So Quad actually doesn't even lose anything, gets back in time for the cannon 2. Easy peasy here for FlyQuest. Now, Void Grubs, Rafa, coming back up for spawn number 2. FlyQuest looking to get...
Oh! Sniper almost had the buffer on the hook shot from the Pathmaker, but didn't think about the all-out. However, for him, Sniper is still safe despite the usage of the ulti by Bwipo.
And he does have teleport too, so he can go for a reset here, go for a purchase, and then decide if they want to bring up Meech. I don't think they do for the Jhin, because Jhin is still bottom. I like this presence from FlyQuest because they're like, all right, fine, Jhin pushes towers really slow too, so we're not even going to give up much turret plate damage and going for our 6 grubs. We get our 6 grubs and then teleport someone down here. Bwipo going to go handle the wave that got pushed up. So FlyQuest nicely done there. Get your 6 grubs, teleport Bwipo down to the bottom side to deal with that wave, and give up 0 turret plates.
I mean, once again, FlyQuest are playing a very clean map game as we saw in game 1. The downfall came to whence they got almost 5,006 gold ahead. And it almost seemed like they were getting complacent in how their engages were going, sending it super deep without proper follow-up.
And actually, with the teleport down there and all the minions picked up, Bwipo, even though Sniper got a kill, is actually ahead in gold still this game with all the extra minion gold. Meanwhile, we have another hover play here, though Eyla was seen over by that deep ward. So FlyQuest know that the support is in here trying to help out Sniper under tower as they attempt to deny the Camille. He does get the cannon there. Nice work from Sniper, but still going to have a lot of harassment to deal with.
There's a 2v3 dive on the top side, whereas a 2v1 play on the bot side. Busio taking a lot of damage, but nice clean dive from Massu. The Fate's Call allows Busio to escape the last turret shot. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, River and Meech were able to pull off the 2v1 play against Bwipo. Still continuing action on the top side of the map, as Quad is also answering the call since Quid roamed to aid Sniper under the tower.
Okay, so kind of mirrored dives on opposite sides here. Getting the kills in the attempts, and it is going to be Jhin finally attacking some turret plates. They got 1 turret plate on bottom side. Meanwhile, defense on top side still stands for 100 Thieves, despite Eyla going down with 300 gold there. Bwipo also went down, so fairly even here, about a draw.
Yeah. The fact that 100 Thieves are allowing or getting those answers back into FlyQuest, ensuring that they are not just steamrolling ahead, still makes it competitive for them, and there's still win cons that they have to play for. I mean, this Zeri's going to scale. You have the Nidalee for the attack speed steroid to make him powerful. 100 Thieves are keeping it close. 6
grub, juicy turret plate rush here from Quad as the Lucian gets paid a little bit more too. Got up there on the very, very quick push on that top tower to get some more. Interesting stuff too, because Bwipo does not have flash here on the Ksante, so Dragon coming up in 55 seconds. You've got plenty of time to recall for some more control wards right now and reset to get out there before the objective. Again, getting there preemptively is really, really big with the amount of pick potential that is available on both of these comps. Both supports really, really benefiting from early presence. And you see FlyQuest there, namely Inspired, gets down to the Dragon really early with his control ward. Although River just moves in. I think that's going to be a free control ward kill. Inspired was able to get the Scuttle Crab, but River immediately deletes the ward. So Crab obtained, Permanent Vision obtained, but 100 Thieves, they've actually chopped down the gold lead pretty significantly here that FlyQuest had been building up.
And a lot of the 100 Thieves members are just about finishing their first item spikes of the game as well. I think Quid is the only one that is still oh, no, I take it back. Static Shiv completed. So 100 Thieves not fully online quite yet, but some of these champions like the Camille, the Nidalee, very strong as Sniper. Might be in trouble, but this time gets out alive with the hook shot. I mean, 100 Thieves, if they want to play for this Dragon, this is...
I mean, they've got the Zeri on top side, so I think, well, I think it'd be risky. I'll say that.
I mean, River is going to flip it. Maybe he won't call the rest of the squad, but he's going to see if he can try and get a steal off. The Swirling Seed does hit 2 members on Eyla and River, and that should push them off.
Yeah, because you have teleport disadvantage. Because Quad has teleport, Quid does not. Quid is showing on the minion wave on top side. So you're like, oh, maybe they get lazy, like they open up a pathway for the spear to steal it or something.
Yeah.
I do start to sweat though when everyone's just standing around watching these objectives being taken.
It's like, hey guys, what are we actually doing? But I can also imagine that even if the spear doesn't initially kill it, the Liandry's burn might catch Inspired off guard if he smites too early. But FlyQuest get the second dragon in the game.
Good tower too.
And they're gonna try to make work of this Rift Herald as well. And as you called it, Quad with first brick on the top side. Rest of 100 Thieves rushing into the river to make sure that Inspired doesn't take it.
Lucian. Quad has been so good here. Pushes out on the top side. Solo outer tower gold for the Lucian right where they want this money. He's going to be rushing ahead to a very early 2-item power spike. Want to see if FlyQuest can successfully play around this one. The mid stages after they had gotten the outer towers down is where they started to make some of the errors that cost them and got 100 Thieves back into the game. So definitely going to keep our eyes on the next like 5 minutes here. Very, very tenuous time here.
Yep.
For 100 Thieves, because I do not think it should have gone the way that it did in the first game. They did a very good job with the kind of openings that FlyQuest gave them, but this time around they're actually creating them themselves with the Rift Herald plus the tower attempt here on top side. Quad goes in just as a minion wave dies, and it's going to be fine. 100 Thieves, they get their Rift Herald money, they get their top side tower money.
Flourish lands, Meech steps up. Doesn't get that last bullet in, but here comes the curtain call. Massu's in trouble. Inspired can't do anything to block it, and Meech will take him out with the help of River. Inspired tries to answer back on the Meech with that swirling sea, but it doesn't look like he's going to pop the sleep.
And they also have a split push going, so this is a big dub for 100 Thieves. They get a pick in mid. Wow, Sniper annihilates the tower. The Camille, Rafa, the Camille. Trinity Force is done. Tiamat is all ready to turn into a ravenous Hydra. Very scary stuff. Sniper now is going to get teleported on. See if they can stop him.
Here comes Quad. Bwipo trying to cut off his escape route. Here comes Inspired as well. So this is a 1v3. Nice time of the all-out to block his hook shot. And even with the Hextech ultimatum, it doesn't do anything to save him.
Yeah, I think he literally ulted to try and get closer to cannon minion to kill the cannon. I think he would literally is just trying to like get some little money before he dies there.
You know what? So based. So based from Sniper.
Not able to get the cannon though. It still dies.
Oh, that's just tragic then.
Rough. But I think that's the attempt, because that minion wave was still looking juicy. He does just get to his Vamp Scepter, so some more money required still here. Oh, he actually refunds it to upgrade boots instead. Ravenous will be a little bit further delayed for him, but that is like the dream, you know, double item power, spike, split pushing type of Camille gameplay that they are looking for. Trying to bide their time here, and with the dragons being a little bit slow on the take, that extra pressure of Dragon's Soul is not going to arrive very early in this game.
Yeah. It will get to the point where most of these marksmen should be on double, if not triple items by the time Soul is up for contention, as Bwipo is forced to flash. Sniper and River are looking for the 2v1.
Little attempt on the side lane there. Meanwhile, Meech and Eyla, they've been much more comfortable in mid lane. And Meech actually, off of the mid lane play that they were able to pull off, retaken a little bit of that lead. Again, so much CC at their disposal, but not a lot of vision for 100 Thieves.
Are they in trouble here? This is a 3-man in the quadrant of 100 Thieves. Here comes Inspired. Teleport is coming in for FlyQuest. Busio with the engage. Huge Magnustorm into the Lilting. Lullaby, 2 members are slept on the backside, but Busio falling to River means that it's still a 1-for-1. Meech going down. Huge for FlyQuest, but now they have to make their escape because Quid is on the hunt. And he's already popped the Lightning Crash, trying to burst him down. Bwipo doing his best to make sure that the rest of his carries can get out alive. And the Dragon still taking some time to spawn in the next 20 seconds, so FlyQuest should have enough time to get back on the map.
Okay, so it's 1-for-1, but a lot of flashes used. The Lillia plus the Ksante there in order to get Meech's double summoners. And Meech does eventually go down. Still answered, though, as far as 1-for-1 kills. The extra slow onto Quid ensured that this Zeri was not going to chase down another kill.
Oh. Face stop by Bwipo. Hang on, does he kill him here? Yes, he does! Oh boy! Oh, Bwipo might just be Sniper's father after all. Here we go. River and Eyla are going to try to hold off Bwipo for now, but 100 Thieves down a man. It makes it very difficult for them to challenge for that dragon. They're just going to return to the mid lane instead. Yeah,
that's FlyQuest dragon for sure. Question is, how long can they defend even the mid lane tower? Doesn't look like very long here, with the Void Grubs allowing them to pop up Void Mites for every member over there by the tower. Big chunks on it. Take the objective, take the mid wave, then they can just bounce from dragon, push again on mid tower. That is the big turning point. Once that mid tower falls, you gain so much priority into enemy jungle. Makes it very difficult for 100 Thieves to set up any of their pick plays where they're looking for Jhin, Nautilus, sniping people out. Meanwhile, the split push also kind of taking its toll there, as Bwipo got a lot of damage done on the side tower, but Rift Herald will do its job here mid. Big chunk gets this tower extremely low for the counter push.
FlyQuest are going to have some difficulty trying to retake vision in this top side quadrant, as Eyla and River are already here first. Inspired, being able to clear through the jungle at least gives them some vision, but they're starting to face the power of those Nidalee spear chunks.
Sniper as well, he's close to level 13, but close doesn't cut it if a fight actually broke out, so he needs to go soak up another wave on bottom to really get there. There we go. He at least catches up some, but a full level lead for Bwipo regardless as far as the split pushing matchup does go for the rest of this game. So we'll see about these mid towers. Both of them very, very low and going to be the next big objective. So much vision from 100 Thieves invested around Baron though. With the double AD carries, definitely a possibility, even though Jhin isn't the best at taking it, burning it down. Nidalee has a Leandries, you've got a Zeri there too. So both teams have plenty of objective damage if we're able to manipulate these side lanes further. Honestly, with the top laners teleports coming up too, see if Bwipo can get the early push, the advantage here with the Ksante, and then roam on over. Meanwhile, one empowered auto on that mid turret for the side of FlyQuest, and then a little bit healthier on the side of 100 Thieves, but still definitely pretty easy to take those.
It could be anything. And just flow on it. Knock it down with the stick. And 100 Thieves still not having a chance to make that siege happen, as FlyQuest are doing their due diligence to fight for mid control. But it's still such a close game. The 1,000 gold advantage almost means nothing at this point for the side of 100 Thieves, as a lot of their carries not only have 2 items online, Quid has even picked up a QSS to make sure that if he gets slept, he's immediately able to join back in the fight.
And Meech here picked up his Lord Dom's finish as well, as we saw a little bit earlier.
Whoa.
Quad.
Lightning crash from Quid. Here comes the culling as a response. It pushes him away. Swirling Seed does not land. Quid is not in danger. The rest of FlyQuest make their escape. So it looks like they stole a red buff away from River.
Sniper.
Bwipo is deep into the backline here, but he is cut off by Meech, and Sniper, making the flank, has taken FlyQuest's attention away. Bwipo is able to get out, but here comes the curtain call. Someone's got to block the last bullet for him. Quad will take it for him. That's a true teammate right there.
They're so low here, chunked. Both top laners went into the back lines. Sniper there was able to find his way out through enemy territory, but Bwipo barely surviving. No flash for Bwipo. Big chunks onto both FlyQuest solo laners mean that 100 Thieves had the health advantage, and they were the ones to get the first kill on the mid tower. Sniper immediately returning to bot lane minions, by the way. The Ravenous is online for the Camille. So he teleported in. He really wanted to use that thing, wanted to finish off the kill onto Quad. But because they got so separated with the 2 top laners and the 2 enemy teams here, went for the alternative route. Now circling back around. Trying to hover here through the river as Bwipo gets the lead on the split push. But 100 Thieves have aggroed the Baron again.
Just trying to clear the vision out before they set up for potentially the last dragon of the game. This is sole point for Fly. And once again, the game is still very competitive, very close, and it has not blown wide open for either team yet. And this time around, the fact that Quad didn't get that massive advantage over Quid, he's far more competitive. He is able to provide a lot more in these fights and skirmishes that we've seen. And I want to see if Quid can really carry it home on this next fight now at almost seemingly one of his strongest spikes in the game.
Yeah, he has a lot of combat power with his barrier as well as the QSS. So if there's like a big sleep play that comes through, Quid will be fine. The Zeri here looking at a lot of potential for the next team fight. And the next team fight is big, 20 seconds on the Dragon arrival. So we'll have Dragon Soul available versus Baron available. And it looks like currently we're going to have a little bit of a collapse too. Quad has pushed out the top lane, and Lucian joins the rest of this mid lane fray here. All right, all eyeballs on the front line.
Both teams fighting for mid control. Quad steps up. Procs the bone plating from Quid. Decent. Here comes the lightning crash. Curtain call as well starts off the fight. Busio with the counter engage. Trying to find Sniper. That's the first kill going down. 100 Thieves now down a man. The rest of FlyQuest will now try to retreat into the river. Using the fog to catch 100 Thieves by surprise. Quid and Meech try to step on up. Quad goes for a dash and a damage, but it's a hook on an Inspire, but Eyla falls anyway, and Quid is forced to back. Meech tries to flash away. The Shattering Strike is cleansed, but he is going to try and run from Bwipo, and he just does not make it out alive. FlyQuest are still not dropping a single member. Clean fighting from them.
All right, let's see. Dragon Soul here on the map, and River doing his best to defend it. It looks like with the low health bars, FlyQuest are going to reset.
Wow.
After getting 3 kills and 100 Thieves burning this down. Teleport comes out. Busio sticks around. It's still 7K. All right, so the teleport's invested. Double TP allows you to reset there. It's fine, and they will be able to go for it. River really wants to steal, though. He does have flash.
Is it worth it? The Baron is alive for the taking. If he dies for this dragon, I imagine that FlyQuest can just immediately run over to it. And with Bwipo pushing River out, that's the Cloud Soul going over to FlyQuest. Sniper is lurking, has the ultimate for a re-engage if he wants to send it on Quad, but the rest of 100 Thieves not quite in position to capitalize.
All right, now. They've got a little bit of time, but honestly, all they can do, I think, is get the vision from Baron. 100 Thieves, if they trap themselves inside of a pit right now, it would be devastating. FlyQuest have a lot at their disposal. So a lot of wards put down through the jungle, but FlyQuest immediately clear them all out. Like, they know they can just kind of brute force run through this entire area. Let's see how much they're willing to give up to the Camille split push, though, because Sniper now takes towers very quickly, and they're immediately burning down Baron.
8,000 already below, now 5,000. They're getting vision with the Ultra Shock Laser, and the Curtain Call is going to pull them off because Sniper's also teleported to the fight. They're going to try to play for it, but none of the bullets really land, and FlyQuest are not deterred or concerned whatsoever after the Baron.
So their price there was...
Eyla going back in. Decent knock-up. Ayla's in trouble. He's getting hit with a lot of these spears, and Massu's going to pop him. Meech is still on the run. It doesn't have flash. Q3 flash from Bwipo sets it up. Massu with the double. Quid is on the run as he gets gunned down by Quad. FlyQuest with another clean 3 kills, and River and Sniper are nowhere to be found.
All right, FlyQuest are not going to throw this one. They've got their Dragon Soul, and now they will look for their Baron. With River going back, there's nobody around to steal it either. FlyQuest trap the extra kills. Eyla there, right in the front, just kind of right into them. It's pretty rough from 100 Thieves' side to make a play here, but that was exactly what FlyQuest were looking for. They chased down the extra kills on both AD carries. Now with Baron, they'll be able to take a lot of extra territory. Here's a look at it. Eyla goes in, Hex Flash. Kind of immediately regrets the situation as Bwipo goes all out. Busio on the front line, and with the damage all here immediately, FlyQuest are happy to collect on that. Let's listen in.
On the red buff.
Wow, Massu, you're not calling to end?
Can we get this? Can we get this?
I mean, honestly, we could, but...
Just end the game. Just end the game. Honestly, though, here with the Baron, let's see how quickly they can destroy the 100 Thieves base this time around and push us to a decisive game 3.
Yeah, this game 2 has been quite the difference from game one. FlyQuest not taking any chances of letting 100 Thieves back in after the lead. It was a little slower and more methodical than the first game, but FlyQuest being more measured in their fights and allowing 100 Thieves to feel the pressure and making the mistakes first.
Yeah, nice stuff, I have to say, from Quad Lucian this series, even though they lost the first game. Good stuff from him, and FlyQuest, all that's left is one more fight at the Nexus. They're waiting out the Jhin ultimate while the minions deal with the Nexus tower number 1. Now they gotta go for number 2, 100 Thieves. Might have to pull the trigger quickly here. No, time is running out.
Yep, 5 on 5. Sniper has rejoined the party here. 100 Thieves. What can they do to defend this last turret? The death charge on the Quad as he backs up. The deadly flourish is blocked by Bwipo. Here comes the engage. Q flash from Inspired for the sleep. And down goes 100 Thieves. They are going night-night. FlyQuest will take this game and bring us to game 3.
All right, FlyQuest clean up their mistakes from later. And now we are going to a decisive game number 3. Let's see, can they defend? 100 Thieves, back to the drawing board here, I think. The adjustments, not enough. The early games in both games were pretty rough. In the first game, it did take a couple of errors from FlyQuest on their side for 100 Thieves to really pry that one open and grab their win.
Yeah.
So now in game number 3 draft, I want to see 100 Thieves kind of taking the lead and you know, pushing for themselves to get some winning areas to play off of.
And it seems like Sniper has been getting decent snowball advantages for himself both times, but we're going to see if 100 Thieves